Guys, I'm over here doing a home inspection on a home that was built in 1994, so the home's going to be about 26 years old, and they had told the agent that the roof had been replaced in 2016, which would put it only at about 4 years old, and that the AC and furnace were replaced as well, which does seem accurate since the AC unit over here is actually from July of 2017. But nonetheless, once I get up here, I'm like expecting to see a roof, you know, less than 5 years old, and I get up here and I can kind of see that the shingles are a little bit more brittle and just more weathered and kind of aged than you would expect to see for a 4-year-old roof. Also, when you just turn a little piece of the shingle up right here, it, you know, sort of cracks and breaks off, which typically on these dimensional shingles, when they're brittle enough to crack and kind of break off at the corner tips, you know, that's going to put the roof at least 15 to 20 years. So I just want to show you a couple of things that we're looking for over here during a home inspection. So as I come across here, I see, all right, well, the shingles are a little brittle. We have, you know, some exposed nail heads over here, which are all rusted, and definitely not something characteristic of what you would see on a home that's less than 4 years old. I'm sorry, on a roof that's less than 4 years old. As I come up here, you can kind of see that the metal chimney cap is quite rusted up right there. You know, there's no immediate concern other than the fact that if that were to rust all the way through, it's going to leak down into the interior chimney and create obviously a much bigger repair issue on the inside of this frame chimney. So we're going to say that at a minimum to repaint that and seal these nail pops up on the chimney cap so that we don't have any water going through. And you would paint it with like a Rust-Oleum or some sort of a rust inhibiting paint. Now as I come over here, it's got more exposed nail heads here. Shingles are pretty brittle, and a couple of them are, you know, as you can kind of see right here, sort of just cracked and broken off. Now when the seller said that work had been done in 2016, I'm sure what they meant was there had been some repairs that were done, because as you can see, there's new plumbing boots right there, or the rubber boot around the plumbing vent has been recently replaced, and you can see some replacement shingles here, which are much softer and plush and pliable, like you would expect to see on less than 4 years, as opposed to the existing shingles, which are much more brittle and sort of damaged. So I think someone didn't lie and say that the roof was replaced. I think they said that they had recently had a tune-up. Anyways, as we go along the rest of this roof area right here, the excuse me, put my handy dandy head on, climb on up here, and you can just kind of see, you know, the shingles up here. It's a little bit of moss and algae growth from the shade, a few more exposed nail heads here and there. Also, if you come on down this way, I don't know if the camera can zoom in, but there's a few more loose shingles all the way over to the side there. So with that said, I mean, this roof is by all means not less than 5 years old, and to be honest, it's probably only about 3 to 5 years out from really needing a complete and total replacement. Nothing's actually leaking right now, except we know those plumbing vents were, but the same thing going on here with these loose shingles that are sort of falling out. I mean, these shingles are going to need to be resecured. All of those exposed nail heads are going to need to be resecured, I'm sorry, resealed, so they don't become eventual leakage paths. And a couple of those damaged shingles I had pointed out, along with the metal chimney cap, needing to be repainted here. But ultimately, you know, the roof's a little bit in need of a tune-up right now, and most especially, you know, this roof is kind of nearing the end of its useful design life. So anyways, you know, Dan Gibson, your friendly home inspector here, just finding all kinds of stuff that you obviously wouldn't know about if you weren't out here walking the roof. And this is what I do for you before you purchase a home, or really at any point. If you need some kind of person to come on out here, we've got a couple more exposed nail heads. Really, if you need anyone to come on out here and check out your roof, check out your siding, get into areas of the home that you're otherwise not going to visit for the next 30 years or so, I'm your guy. So So Dan Gibson for Detailed Home Inspections. Have a great day, everybody.